tonight on the show. So pretty much I'm just going to talk about the NBA playoffs tonight. Um, talk about the games tonight and then just go forward. So that we got the freaking Atlanta Hawks beating the Boston Celtics, man. 130-122, man. So a nice little win here for for Atlanta, man, avoiding a sweep. 2-1. 2-1. They're not out of it. Um, it's 2-1, man. They're not out of it. Trae Young had a really good game, 32 points. Devontae Murray, 25 points. I thought everybody chipped in very, very nicely in this game. Trae Young and Devontae Murray led the way with 25 and 32. But I thought everybody chipped in nicely, man. Freaking DeAndre Hunter, 11 points. Capella, 11 points, 11 rebounds. Off the bench, they got Boban Bretmanovic, 15 points. Johnson, 10 points. Sadu Bay, 15 points. I thought they got great production from the role players. I think this is what happens. All of a sudden, you go home and your role players all of a sudden start playing. And I think that's what happened with Atlanta, man. I felt when they were out on the in Boston, outside of Trae Young and Devontae Murray, I think even Trae Young struggled a little bit in Game 1. But here, now all of a sudden, they're playing really good, and all of a sudden, the role players are starting to play good. So great game, great team win by the Atlanta Hawks to get back in the series, 2-1, man. Like I said, 25 from Murray and 32 from Trae Young. The Celtics, ladies and gentlemen, Jaylen Brown played okay. I think he was in foul trouble. He played okay, 15 points. Tatum played really good, 29 points. Marcus Smart, 24. Derek White, who had been, and this is what I'm talking about. Derek White is like a role player. In Boston, fantastic. All of a sudden, you put him on the road, not so good. He was averaging like 20, 25 points in Boston. Now you send him out in Atlanta, all of a sudden, Derek White kind of disappears with only 11 points. Although he did he lacked aggression maybe. He only took 7 shots. So maybe he should have shot a little bit more. But maybe he doesn't feel as comfortable on the road. Gary Williams, 14 points. Malcolm Brogdon, 17. They still got a pretty good game. I just think Derek White could have been more aggressive. He should have taken more than 7 shots, man. But Marcus Smart, 24. Jason Tatum, 29. Jaylen Brown could have played better, but 15 still. But I just think this is one of those games where I think the Atlanta players just felt more comfortable, especially the role players. And in the case of the Celtics, both Jaylen Brown and Derek White, who were pretty good at home, were not pretty good on the road. All right, let's move around, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the Denver-Minnesota game. Man, Denver's 3-0. This shit's over, man. It is over, ladies and gentlemen. Freaking Jesus Christ, man. Nikola Jokic, it looks like he's just pacing himself. He's not even playing that good. I think he's just pacing himself. He did have a triple-double, though. 20, 12, and 11. He did have a triple-double. Michael Porter, 25. Aaron Gordon, 14. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 14, 18. So everybody, they had 6 players scored 10 points or more. And then off the bench, Bruce Brown had 12. Another great team win by Denver, man. Michael Porter leading the way with 25 points. At least Karl Towns played much better tonight, 27 points. Edwards, he's proven that he's the best player on this team. He has completely surpassed Karl Anthony Towns as the best player on this team. 41 in game 2, 36 tonight. But Mike Conley, man, he's washed up, man. Took 8 shots, only made 3. 12 points. Rudy Gobert, 18 points. I think that's been the problem. The supporting cast is not that good. I think Mike Conley's washed. At least Karl Towns played better tonight, but he was trash in game 2. The bench is terrible. Only 6 points from the bench. Horrendous. Like, Jesus Christ. The supporting cast, man, is not that good for the Timberwolves, man. You know, it's okay. Like I said, good Rudy Gobert, he's been okay. Mike Conley, he's washed. Carl Towns, up and down. That's the problem. And I think this team, I think they definitely at least got to get a new point guard. Mike Conley, man, it's past his time, man. They got to get younger at the point guard position for sure, man. But yeah, man. It looks like Brooklyn and now Joel Embiid is hurt, right? He's hurt, so maybe Brooklyn avoids the sweep, but maybe Minnesota will get swept. We'll see what happens. Final game, Cleveland. Final game, man. Cleveland versus the freaking Knicks, man. The Knicks just beat the hell out of them. 99-79, 20-point game. They mopped the floor with them. Jesus Christ, man. Can New York actually potentially win this series? It's very possible New York actually wins this shit, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very possible. I don't know what the hell happened tonight to Darius Garland. He was out there looking like a 51-year-old virgin. Darius Garland, man. 10 points, took 21 shots, only made 4 of them. What happened to Darius Garland tonight, man? It was absolutely horrendous, man. Evan Mobley, 10 points, took 10 shots, only made 5. Jared Allen, 6. What happened to Jared Allen? Jared Allen only took 3 shots. Again, they go on the road and they don't feel comfortable. Like, the Cleveland just seemed very uncomfortable tonight, man. It's unbelievable what happens to these young teams, man. Off the bench, only 11, 13 points off the fucking bench. Man, I just can't believe it, man. I just cannot believe it, man. Donovan Mitchell with 22, Curtis LeVert with 17. But outside of that, everybody was flat out trash, man. Like, how the fuck are you freaking Jared Allen and only take 3 shots? And he made all 3 of them. And he just stopped shooting all of a sudden. What the hell, man? Evan Mobley, 10 points. Darius Garland, 10. Wow, man. This was just terrible, man. They shot 38% from the field, 21% from the three-point line. Where New York shot 47% from the field and 30 from the three-point line. Man, this was just terrible for Cleveland, man. Just flat out terrible, man. They just got destroyed, man. And the thing was that Julius Randle didn't even play that good either. He took 15 shots and only made 3. I don't know why the fuck he was jacking up so many threes. He took 15 shots, and 10 of them were from the three-point line. I don't know what the hell Julius Randle was thinking tonight. I don't know if he was like focused because they were leading by so much towards the end. He was just jacking up threes for no reason. He took like 10 threes and he only made 2 of them. And 10 of his 15 shots were three-pointers. But they still won despite of that, man. Freaking Jalen Brunson, 21 points. RJ Barrett, 19 points. Josh Hart off the bench with 13. Emmanuel Quickley, 11. But this was, I don't know. I felt like, I felt like this was more like Cleveland just playing like complete trash more than anything, man. Because like I said, Julius Randle, he was terrible too, only making 3 out of 15 shots. So like you look at this game and it's like freaking outside of Jalen Brunson was pretty good, 21 points, 10 out of 18 shooting. RJ Barrett 8 out of 12 shooting with 19 points. But outside of that, man, Josh Hart and Emmanuel Quickley, 13 and 11. But this was maybe more Cleveland just sticking up the joint more than anything. But let's see what happens, man. 2-1. New York leads this. Maybe New York wins the series. We'll see what happens. Until next time, holla. What the fuck is happening? What is happening? on the show.